Welcome back to Pines to Palms, guys. Today we're going to be hunting big boars with the Henry single shot 30-30. So I actually found this gun last year at a Black Friday sale and I picked it up for a really good price. It's got beautiful walnut stocks on it, a blued 22-inch long barrel, and I swapped out the original buckhorn sights for a set of Skinner Peep sights. I think they look really great with this gun. I went to sight it in with these Skinner sights and the 150 grain rounds were still hitting a little high, so I decided to use 170 grain rounds. And I got this gun really dialed in. At 25 yards, I put all the rounds right in the bullseye. And when I stretched it out to 100 yards, I put 4 rounds in under an 1.5-inch group, and then I did pull the 5th one a little bit to the left. But my front sight is about double the size of the entire target at 100 yards, so this gun is definitely way more accurate than I am. For the last few years, I've been hunting this big old boar. He's been on this property ever since I've been hunting it, and he's really smart. He usually only comes out at night, but this past spring, I actually got him to come out during daylight, and I was hunting with a 22. I was going for a headshot right between the eyes, and I don't know what happened, but I must have had really bad boar fever because I completely jerked the trigger and made a horrible shot on him. But the next night, he was back at the feeder, and you can actually see where the 22 round went into his skin and came out the other side. It's a few months later now, and I actually have him coming in during broad daylight, and I want to get him out of here before deer season because he pushes all the deer away from the feeder. So I'm breaking out the big guns, the 30-30, and hopefully we can get it taken care of. Have you guys seen any pigs? Any pigs around here? Yes or no? You can see the hog's been doing a ton of rooting in here. It's all tore up. It's like a rototiller went through here. Here we are, this is where we're gonna be hunting. I got the corn feeder here filled with apple flavored deer corn. And I have it set to go off every night at 6:30 for 10 seconds, and it just spreads that corn all over in here. I think I have that big boar coming in from that direction. And I do have a tree stand over here at 65 yards. And I know 65 yards isn't that far to hunt with iron sights, especially when you're shooting those tiny little groups at 100. But when it starts to get dark and you have boar fever, that pig starts to look really small at 60 yards in front of that front post sight. So I did set up a pop-up blind here at 30 yards. That cuts our shot distance in half. So it should make our shot a lot easier and more ethical. It's a lot more fun getting close anyways. I put it right on the edge of these palmettos here, so it kind of blends in enough. I'd rather it be in front of the palmettos to kind of break it up more, but it just doesn't work with this giant oak tree in front of the feeder. So this should be a pretty good setup. It's also still summer here, and so it rains every afternoon, and at least I won't get soaked in the pop-up blind. But I'm gonna keep an eye on this trail camera, and if that big boar keeps coming in, next time I talk to you, hopefully we'll be out hunting. It's been a few days since we set up the pop-up blind. That big boar disappeared for a few days, but he was in there last night for about 2 hours eating. So I think it's the perfect time to get out here and see if we can get him with this 30-30. I'm probably gonna go for just a good old shoulder double long shot on him. I'm not gonna go for the neck just because I'm using iron sights. So I think we'll be able to get it done though. It's a beautiful night. It just downpoured, so hopefully it's done raining for the next couple of hours and this wind stays consistent. And we'll be able to get him. Got one in the tube. Let's walk out there and see what happens. These rounds are really jiggling in my pocket. I have to take a couple out and put them in a different pocket here. Sound like Santa Claus. I'll tell you what though, it feels great carrying this gun. It's so light, no scope on it. It just balances perfectly with your fingers right here. Just a perfect little woods gun. Not gonna lie to you, I had a hard time falling asleep last night because I was so excited about coming out hunting. I really hope he comes in tonight and I make a good shot. God willing, we'll see what happens. Got the big boar. Whew, man. I'm shaking right now. My adrenaline is just pumping. I put my earplugs in. I couldn't really hear anything, and he just kept walking back and forth, and I was just waiting for him to hold still enough so I could get a shot on him. I'm gonna give things a second to cool down, and then we'll go take a look. And here's this big old boar that I've been chasing for 3 or 4 years now. Man, this is probably the oldest pig that I've ever shot. I'm not sure though. Looking over here, so I actually hit him with a 22 a few months ago, and this whole area is kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't look infected, but it's kind of like weird looking. Looks like that's the exit hole, and the bullet must have came in over here and came out. So just a flesh wound. But man, what a cool old boar. He's got this big cut in his scar. Then he has a giant set of wetters and cutters. I hope you guys enjoyed that hog hunt with the Henry 30-30. I think it's a great little rifle. It's super accurate. And this is the first animal I've ever personally killed with the 30-30. And I was super impressed. It put it down with a lot of power. And it feels really good to get this big boar out of here just in time for deer season. That way he won't be pushing off all the bucks. But hopefully I'll see you guys soon. And I hope God blesses you.